Hello YouTubers out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you are in the world. Hello and welcome to the video today. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with me virtually online watching this through YouTube, through your device, wherever that may be it smart TVs these days or iPhones or tablets or however you want to do it, whatever floats your boat. The main thing is thanks for watching the video today, it means a lot. Anyway, I hope you're all safe and well during this coronavirus lockdown. I've lost count how many days and weeks it's been since it actually all began globally, but since the lockdown's begun, a lot of sad reflections have been happening around the world, and all I can say is I'm just glad of the old model railway hobby in general right now, because you know it's getting pretty silly out there, isn't it, in the world. Anyway, when the world is failing, we can always look on the hobby to keep us distracted in a good way, and just to keep us focused on something good. Anyway, as you'll see before me in the old camera shot, this is the Hornby Railways catalogue from 1979, and I've got this out today again for a good reason, because I've got some really nice things to show you. I think they're nice, that I picked up from eBay, an absolute steal the other day. So I want to go through and show you some new things that I've got for the layout. They're not new in terms of brand new, but they're in very good condition, and I'm sure you'll agree there's some great additions to the layout. Anyway, as usual, before I go into the actual video, go and get yourself a beverage of your choice, something to eat, and I'll see you in the next clip, wherever that may be. Okay, welcome back. So let's get into the video today, and I'll show you my things I bought from eBay that I think you'll like or find interesting. So the first one up is one of these that I picked up from eBay. And this is Northstand Grimsby Fish Docks Wagon. As you can see, it's in immaculate condition, really is nice. The wheels underneath, as you can see, I didn't even have to clean these when I picked them up or got them the other day from the post. They're in good condition. Everything underneath is okay, nothing broken off. All the detail there is correct, so it's great. But the thing is, I actually already have another one of these, which is here, so I've got two. And these were manufactured around 1978, so that's the reason I've got the catalogue out. I'll put those to one side in a minute. You can flick open the old catalogue like that. And if I just take this off the stand, it would be much easier for me to do this and show you at home. So here we go. Right, so if we look at these wagons here, now the catalogue number there is R220, and this is from the 1978 range, so that's the one that we've got there. An interesting one also is this R218 British Railways brake van. Now again, this is the 1978 catalogue, so I was quite surprised when I picked up one of these. This is the R020 Shell Tanker, and here it is, again from eBay the other day, which is quite nice. Again, for its age, it's in not bad condition. The only thing I had to do with this is just secure the metal ladders at the back there with a little dab of super glue. They were a little bit loose, but that's all sorted now. Again, underneath, the wheels are in decent condition, everything there is okay on it. One of the things there's a little bit askew with is one of these. I thought these were printed. They're actually stuck on these shell stickers. Obviously they were stuck on in the factory, or I imagine when you got the wagon you stuck them on yourself, and whoever's had this, as you can see on the left hand example where my finger is, this one here, slightly skew with. There's nothing I can do about that, because if I start peeling that off, you're going to lose the integrity of the sticker, and it'll just fall to pieces. So for argument's sake, I'll leave it on there like that. It's just a little piece of vintage Hornby from 1978, and I quite like that. That's quite nice. So that goes with that rake over there. The next up I got, these are not actually in the range, they're following wagons. So if I close that like that and just put that to one side, up there on the old shelf. These are quite nice. I got 2 of these included in the price. Got a wake of 7 wagons in total. So these are Kellogg's cereal wagons, and as you can see, nothing too fancy about them, but they're quite nice. There's some detail on the side there in terms of a make-believe sliding doors for the contents to be unloaded or offloaded or loaded up, whatever the scenario may be. But either way, they're quite nice wagons, aren't they? A nice little addition to my wagon collection. I haven't got any of these, so these are quite nice. And what I like about them is they're just a bit of colour to the old wagon rake. Sometimes it's the same boring colour, and you've got these that add a little bit of variety. And I'll say they're Kellogg cereal was definitely around in the early 60s, so that's definitely valid, and I do like those colours. The only thing that I'll show you on the camera at home, you can see this, they look quite shiny. And that's because when I got these, they were a little bit grubby. But what I actually did was to put them in a basin full of washing up liquid, and with the soft nail brush just give them a good scrub, and then wash them again with cold water and dab them down with a cloth, and hey presto, they're much cleaner, much more nicer. But yeah, I'm really pleased with those 2. So that's those 2 there. There's still more to come. Right, this is nice. Now this is very interesting for many reasons. Look at this. Look at that box. This is really retro. This is again a Hornby Railways box, and if we look at that, that's just after they transferred over from Hornby Triang and then eventually Hornby Railways. So this is a complete departure from anything to do with Triang, and it's now the Hornby in their own right as a company. So again, love the box. There's no display window on this, it's just very basic with the catalogue number and the item description on the front of the box. R016 British Railways brake van, and that's what's inside. I'll get it out in a minute. But the interesting thing is, this particular item isn't in the 1978 catalogue, and I'm just wondering out there, because I can't see anything online as of yet on the Hornby database website telling you the year of manufacture of certain items. If anybody watching out there knows exactly when this was released as an item in the catalogue, or from what year, I'm guessing maybe about 1977, if not before, because looking at the box I'm thinking it's about even earlier. Someone that would tell me about this definitely would be someone like, I don't know, Oscar Paisley. I'm just going to stop the camera a minute and get this before I ruin the box. I don't want to break this because it's quite a fragile box, so I'll just stop the camera and we can have a look what's inside. Right, okay, there she is out the box, and it's a really lovely little item. It really is. It's got the chunkiness about it of the certainly the Eastern region brake vans that I remember so well from seeing at Temple Mills as a young boy on a Sunday morning going to Hackney Marshes. And just watching the little 08 shunters up and down with the wagons and the freight. I remember seeing these in the sidings, loads of these in the sidings at Temple Mills East over in East London during the mid to late 70s, definitely. So these are very characteristic of the Great Eastern brake vans, but it's a nice item, and as you can see it's in absolutely good condition. I'd say mint, to be honest with you. It's very good. Wheels underneath are okay. Underframe chassis and couplings are okay. Standard D tension lock couplings that are riveted to the chassis as opposed to screwed. Detail on there is okay, it's all correct. And it's a really nice little item. Again, at a very reasonable price for a rake of 7 wagons. So as you can see, a little bit of griminess on top there on the roof. Maybe you can or can't see that at home, but again, something with a toothbrush or a soft nail brush and a little bit of soapy water can take care of that. But I'm not going to tackle that too much because I don't want to get the rest of the model into contact with any water at all, because it's a nice item. So that's that one and its box. And I also got these as well. This is the last part of the ensembler, and it's a pair of two. These are the Hornby mineral wagons, and the number is R217. And again, these are definitely an early Hornby item, but if you look at the packaging, these are about 19. These are silver seal on the box here. The silver seal was Hornby's super detailed range at the time. They brought out a batch of silver seal locos, numerous locos, diesel and steam, and they had the rolling stock to go with it. So these are two quite nice items. I'll get these out of the box in a second. But so far, that's my little wagon haul for this week, and I'm quite impressed with those. And having the added extra Grimsby fish wagon gives it a nice long rake. Anyway, I'll just stop this and I'll get those out the box and you can have a look. Right, just got these out the box for you to have a little look at. And the interesting thing about these wagons is that these silver seal mineral wagons, R217, these were not in the 1979 range, so I'm only guessing they maybe were a year before or even earlier. I don't know. Again, if anybody out there knows exactly when these were released, because I can't seem to find them at the moment on the Hornby online database, which tells you roughly when everything was, what year it was released. I haven't found it as of yet. Anyway, if anyone knows any different, or you got some of these yourself out there, drop us a comment or a message below in the comments box, and that will be most helpful, because I roughly don't know when these were brought out. I'm only surmising a rough guess, possibly 1978, maybe 1977. Anyway, as you can see, these are in really nice condition. These are mint, and these are mint in box. Lovely little wagons. 16-ton wagons with drop sides in the middle there. Underneath, again, the wheels are really nice. They're the early Hornby wheels. And everything's on them pretty much. And you could probably put some limestone or something in them if you want to, but I'm leaving them plain. But these are nice, these really are. And they actually go with, I've featured it in a previous video, the Hornby colliery set with the LMS4F loco and the rake and mineral wagons. Well, they can be added to that, for example, and have a really nice long train of minerals. But make a great addition to that little rake that you saw earlier on. So I'm really pleased with those. So that's my two R217 mineral wagons that complete that rake. And I say I got the whole 7 wagons on eBay for a really nice sum of money, and I'm rather pleased with those. So anyway, I'm going to show you the next item I got. So I'll just pause this 1 second, and again, if you need to go and do the call of nature or whatever, now's your time. Okay, welcome back. So I've saved the best for last, and without a doubt this is the bestest deal I've got off eBay thus so far. Not just this week, but for a good while. They don't often come up, but when you do get a really good deal of the day on eBay, it's really good if you can score yourself a bargain, and that's exactly what I did this week. I scored myself one of these. This is a Grizzly N2 made by Hornby, and this one's the super detailed Great Northern Railway livery one, and I haven't got this one, so I was well pleased about getting this on eBay for a really good deal. And when I actually saw the photographs of it on eBay being advertised for sale, this front display card wasn't in the box. The box was there, but this wasn't, so when I opened it up yesterday I was quite surprised to find that in there. Very happy. But I was taking a bit of a risk, guys, because this particular loco as it was sold on eBay, the seller didn't describe the loco in detail. He just said Hornby Green N2, and that was it. There was no mention if the loco actually worked, if it ran, if there was problems, if there was bits falling off it. And it wasn't even shown out of the box, it was shown in the box, and it was quite a poor photo. So again, I took pot luck and really took a gamble on this, and it was well worth the money, because, you know, has anyone out there ever bought something on eBay, or seen a bid for something, or seen something on eBay in general, and thought, well, that's a little bit, the price on that's not right, because it should be way more. Why is it being sold at a lesser price? Has something gone wrong with it, or is it a bit of a dodgy buy? So that was what's going through my mind, to be honest with you. But I thought, I'll take a chance and I'll see what we get. And as you'll see in a minute, we struck gold. And there she is. I've just turned this fan off. Might be a little bit over the mic, but there she is in all her glory. Look at that. Oh, that is an absolute cracker of an engine. And look at the paintwork on that. Really good. It's got a nice little bit of detail on the bunker. The bunker at the back there, as you can see, has got separately fitted blackened handrails, vacuum pipes on there. Those buffers are sprung. Nice believable coal load in the back there. Looking at it from the top shot, I don't think, no, those don't open, those roof vents, but it doesn't matter. But the rest of it's good. Look at that. Loads of detail on top there. Condensing apparatus with those big side pipes on there. And the idea was that they originally, Sir Nigel Bresley designed these tank engines to run on the suburban services in and out of Moorgate, on the Great Northern Railway route out of Moorgate and up towards, you know, out of King's Cross, on the suburban lines, on the widened suburban lines as they were known. And the idea of these big chunky pipes that go from the front end of the smoke box along the boiler into the water tanks is that it actually condensed the steam back through the pipes into the tank to condense it back into water, and to reduce as much atmospheric blast from the chimney as much as possible, because these used to run in the tunnels, very much similar to the Metropolitan and District Line tunnels on the underground. So the idea was, it was to reduce the emissions of the engine when working through the tunnels on the section through Moorgate up to King's Cross and out into the suburbs. So that was why that was designed that way. But on top of the loco, just really of note, there's some nice detail there. You know, water caps there, filling up, safety valve, whistle, pipe work on the front there. Everything's lovely. It's got glazing in the cab windows at the rear and the front there. Just about pick that up there. These wheels are scale wheels for the N2. So the crank rods are all separately etched castings. And it really is a lovely little engine. I say little, it's quite chunky, but I always thought the N2 was very handsome. The Gresley tank engines, the N7s and the N2s, very nice looking engines. And as you can see, the other side, whoops, just turn it around there so you can see that side of there. Really nice, and to have it in this colour is nice as well. And then I'll just turn her over. There's not much to see underneath there. There isn't any brake rigging or brake rods to get in the way of anything, which is good. There's brake shoes on there, as you can see next to the wheel. There's brake shoes which give the impression just the right amount of detail for the eye. The only thing that I will say that I did with this particular locomotive was, like I do with every single loco I get, certainly from eBay, when it comes to me, the first thing it does, the chassis gets separated from the body, and I lubricate any gears and motor worms, bearings, anything that revolves metal to metal. Basically it gets a good clean and service and a bit of oil, not too much but just enough. Sometimes doesn't need it, but you never know if it's been sitting in someone's loft or someone's shop. You never know. So I always give it a bit of TLC before it goes out on the track, and I'll do a video at the end of this session so you can see how she runs. But she runs really well, very smooth, and I'm very pleased with that. So there we go. That's my second purchase from eBay. The third one, as I speak, is en route, so it's going to be here in the next day or so, and I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but I'll do an update on that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to include it in this video, so I won't do a separate upload, so there'll be a sort of a bit of a continuity between this bit of film and the next bit, showing you the third and final eBay score purchase. Anyway, in the sense of all things time, space and continuum, by the time you've had a cup of tea or a coffee or gone to the lavatory, that thing would have arrived in the post and I'll be able to show it, and it may be a day or two since it happens in real time. So anyway, I shall see you in the next shot, wherever that may be. Okay, 10,000 years have now elapsed since I last did the video. Certainly feels like it. Anyway, it's the next day, and something else that I've finally been waiting for, that I told you about in the previous clip there, has now arrived, and it's this. It's Hornby Railroad 3F Ginty, and as you can see, it's in very good condition. Box, and I don't do box reviews on my channel, but the box is pretty tidy. Yeah, perfect condition. So again, let's get this out of the box and we'll have a little quick look, and then I will get some things running. So stay with me. Okay, I'm going to try and do this with one hand on the camera and the other hand obviously doing the unboxing. So obviously it comes with the instructions, which is always a good sign that this thing is in mint condition, and it is. I mean, it comes with a nice box in good condition, instructions. I don't think this has ever been run hardly. Someone's obviously had this and not run it too well, but let's take it out of the box. So already before I take this out of the box, we can already see through the shot there, there is a driver and fireman crew in the little aperture in the box there. There's no vacuum pipes, but unfortunately not much I can do about that, but fortunately I can source those and fit those to the engine at a separate date. But anyway, let's take this out of the box and have a little look. Yeah, it's in mint condition, look at that. Alright, let's just do the necessary with one hand, carefully take it out of the box. Out she comes. Back to one side off the camera shot, so I can just put this box out of the way. Right, let's have a little look. Oh yes, look at that. Oh, she's lovely, look at that. A lovely little Ginty in London Midland Scottish Railways colours. That's really nice. And again, I got this for a reasonably good sum of money on eBay the other day. Very nice. There's something about these Hornby Ginties that have a nice appeal to them. They've got a nice overall handsome appearance. And I say, for a Hornby Railroad range model, those that you are not familiar with the word railroad range, it's Hornby's budget brand of rolling stock and locomotives that run just as well as the top end models, but haven't got so much fiddly bits on them. And these are designed for sort of entry level model railway builders. But these are great whether you're a novice or an amateur collector. These are superb models in my opinion. In my books, these are very nice models, and they're lovely. Just the sort of, look at that in there, some detail in there, you can just pick that out. And again, it's a lovely little engine. Very pleased with that. And before I get this running with the rake of wagons that we just featured, one thing I will add is that this reminds me, why did I want to buy this engine? Well, number one, because I hadn't got one in this colour. Number two, I quite like these from Hornby. Number three, when I was a child, I vaguely remember I think it was a die cast, I think it was made by Lesney's or Matchbox. I think it was actually a Matchbox model, there was a red tank engine. I'm not sure what it is or who it was made by, but the only thing I remember is the children's television program. If you're old enough to remember a program on television years and years and years ago called Bagpuss, in the featuring opening shots, Bagpuss was curled up in front of a fireplace, I think, and he had one of these little toy red tank engines next to him on the little shot there, and it always reminded me of one of these. And when I saw this, I thought, oh, that's nice. So again, that's going to be in my collection. I like the fact that this hasn't got the words or the emblem LMS on the side. Instead, it's got the actual running number of the engine, 16440, which is nice, and it's got the little LMS crest on the bunker there. Let's put it in the light so we can see it. There we go. That's quite nice, isn't it? So, for a model that isn't supposed to be highly detailed, I beg to differ. These are quite detailed models. Looking at a top shot there, you can see it's got everything picked out on there that you'd expect to find, and gives the overall impression of the class of loco that it is, which is a 3F or a Ginty as they were known. So I love this little model. I'm now going to stop the camera. I'm going to literally just got this out of the box, as you can see, for the first time ever. So the first thing I'll need to do is just give it a little bit of a lubrication on the wheels and on the gear underneath to make sure it's okay, and then we're going to finish up with some final shots of some things running on the layout. So stay tuned, go and have another P&R if you need one, a cup of tea, coffee, whatever floats your boat, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, okay, it's time for me to say goodbye to you all, unfortunately, but I hope you enjoyed the video today. And before you go, stay safe and take care, and I'll see you soon in the next video. God bless you, take care now. Bye bye now.